Pierce here, the Bitcoin Foundation chairman. Brock, a lot of people are relieved, especially in the crypto arena, that we're seeing a day like this, but some are calling it just a temporary bounce. What do you think?
Well, I'm sure we'll see another down day. There's no question about that. But at least we found a bottom. The crypto market was in a free fall as a result of Terra.
You're convinced we have found a bottom?
Well, we found at least a temporary bottom. It might bounce back down again, and we may find a lower low, as we often see with crypto. When the traditional financial markets drop, crypto drops even more. When the traditional financial markets are up, crypto's up even more, higher highs, lower lows. And in this particular instance, we got hit with a shock wave, one of the biggest events in crypto history, which was the implosion of Luna and the third largest stablecoin, an experimental algorithmic stablecoin, but one that people got too comfortable with too fast.
You know, Brock, what worried me the most of all those developments you mentioned, the problem with Coinbase, because it's really an exchange for buying and selling a lot of this stuff. And, you know, obviously its stock has been decimated, back a little bit today, but nowhere near the 350, 360 bucks it was at. And I guess what worries me about that is that's the means by which you buy a lot of this stuff. People who bought that stuff and still have it through Coinbase, they're potentially screwed if they go under, aren't they?
Well, I mean, Coinbase is an exchange. It makes money when the market is up. It makes money when the market is down, as long as people are transacting. It's got the biggest brand and the biggest user base. And so I think Coinbase will be fine. But yes, that's clearly a major concern. If something were to happen to the infrastructure that powers the industry, it would be catastrophic.
You know, it just alarmed people to the point that certainly the New York Stock Exchange feels the heat. You know, and some of these other market sites feel the heat when there's selling going on. But Coinbase seemed like it wasn't policed enough. Maybe it should have been policed more. Maybe it should have been a little more transparent for folks who realize that if it goes down, they go down. I get all of that. But it's once again talked or spawned talk of regulating. Not only the Coinbase is out there, but maybe the entire field. What do you think?
Well, there's no question. Moments like this creates a call for regulation. I was just in Washington, D.C. this morning. I'll be back there again next week. And clearly up at Capitol Hill, this is going to be the topic of conversation. And the advice that I would give our legislators and our regulators is we're living through the fourth industrial revolution. This new emerging infrastructure is here. It's real. It works, drives greater efficiency. And so it's about making sure that it's sensible regulation that ensures that America is a major beneficiary in this change.
All right, 60%, you know these statistics better than I do, are underwater on this, and they've not made money. They've lost money. Now, you were one of the earliest in this and became very rich doing so. Can you tell those still in this that it's worth staying in this?
Well, I mean, my belief is unchanged as a result of this. And if you've been in the market for a long time, we experience highs and we experience lows. And every time you hear about this, you should have heard that this is a volatile market. Don't put all of your money into this. Only write checks that you're prepared to lose. And you want to buy low. And this is actually quite a buying opportunity. And in the crypto world, we say buy the dip and hold on for dear life. And I think that is quite literally in this case.
So even in an environment where interest rates are going up, this still has appeal. I mean, people got a little bit more devil may care adventurous on their investments, particularly with Bitcoin and crypto in general, that they're less inclined to do so in a rising rate environment. What do you think?
Well, one of the promises of cryptocurrency that is still unrealized is the idea that this is a hedge against all of these things that we're seeing. But what we have seen is that it continues to act in correlation with the traditional financial markets. At some point, those things are meant to decouple. If you had said there was going to be a major war occurring, rising inflation rates, all of these things happening, would we see a decoupling? I would have said, I would think highly likely, and clearly I would have been wrong in this case. But that's the promise, is that this is a hedge against inflation in the same way that people thought of gold as a store of value. I still believe that that day will come.
All right. We'll watch it closely. Brock Pierce, good seeing you again. The Bitcoin Foundation chairman was into this when nobody was. Nobody even understood the concept back then.